Hey guys, right, just a bit of an update on the VFR 800 loom replacement project. Okay, so I had the throttle body out. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll have seen I had the throttle body out, which is this thing here, for anyone that doesn't know. So that I could replace the injector wiring loom, which I bought separately when I discovered that it didn't come with the main loom. So this is the new wiring loom, the new injector loom, or part of it. That's one of the block connectors. That's another connector there. You can't really see because it's kind of dark in there, but it's all connected up to the injectors. I don't know if you can see there's a wee bit of wire just there. That's one of them. And you can maybe see, if I move this hose out of the way, you can see another one plugged on there, and another one plugged on there, and the fourth one, it's kind of hard to see down there because there's a lot of stuff in the way. But anyway, so that's the injector loom all connected up. That's actually the connector that plugs it onto the main loom. If you've seen my loom testing video, you'll have seen that I've actually tested this loom for continuity, and it's all good. So that's ready to be plugged into the main loom when the main loom gets installed. And then what I've done is this morning I've installed the reinstalled the throttle body. I was expecting that would take like an hour or something. It's taken pretty much all morning. It's pretty fiddly, it's pretty awkward to get it all to go together. What I did was I used some grease, just normal automotive grease, motor quit stuff here. Oops, the lid's not on. That stuff there, basically, just ordinary car grease. And what I did was I put that all around the aluminium, like the flange on the underneath of the throttle body, and also the flange on the top of the motor, and then I put it around the inside of the rubbers. You can just see the rubber there. I used new rubbers, well actually second-hand rubbers from a breaker's yard, but they're better condition than the ones that came out of there. So I sort of greased it all up and put it all together, and then sort of tightened up the clamps with a Phillips screwdriver. I don't know if you can see the clamps in there, they're kind of hard to see, but they go around the rubbers and just clamp it onto the throttle body and onto the engine. The idea of using the grease was to make it easier to get all the different bits together, and also to help seal it up, because I reckoned that a little bit of grease between the rubber and the metal would help seal the two. The same idea as when you're putting on, like an engine case or whatever, and you put on a little bit of grease onto the gasket and it just helps seal it. So that was basically the idea of that. I don't know if it really shows in the video, but while I'm talking about this, I'll just point out I've given everything kind of a good clean, or reasonably good clean. I mean, it's not a work of art, but the inside of the chassis, this was all pretty grubby. I cleaned all of that up. And the throttle body itself was pretty grubby. That's had a reasonably good clean, and all the kind of hoses and stuff like that, all the rubber hoses and the wires and the sheathing on the wire and all that kind of thing. I've given it all a good wipe with household wipes. This bit of the engine here, this is not really as clean as I would have liked ideally, but it's reasonable. It's better than it was. I've at least got rid of like the loose kind of dirt and grit and rust and all the rest of it. So I'm reasonably pleased with where I've got to so far. The next stage is basically going to be to put the loom in, so I'm going to have a go at that next. I've got the rest of the afternoon, so I'm just going to have a bash at it. It's going to take obviously a bit of time to get the loom all in and connected up, but I'll just start by getting it in place, just basically kind of like thread it through the chassis the way that the old one was, run it up this side and out the front, and then I can kind of take my time over putting all the connectors together. Also, when I've been connecting up the connectors, I've been sealing them up with GT85. I've got a wee tin of GT85 there, and I just shoot a little bit of that into each connector before I put them together, just to kind of help them go together and help them kind of seal up and keep out any moisture. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.